How are we doing, guys? Moose here. Welcome to the first ever West Ham United press conference. Really excited about the upcoming season. Like to thank everybody here for joining us, and I can't wait to discuss what we're looking forward to and what we really hope to achieve. So thanks so much for tuning in. Without further ado, let's get to the first question. I'll take you over there.
Hi Moose, Hugh Jass from Sky Sports here. How excited are you to be the new West Ham manager, and what do you think of the squad this year?
I'm ecstatic. I'm over the moon to be West Ham manager. I'll tell you that for a fact right now. It's been a dream of mine. Obviously, my favorite club I support. So it's fantastic to be the manager of the club that you really hold dear to your heart. But as far as how I'm looking forward to this season in particular, I think we've made some incredible buys. I think the owners, everyone involved who's had our transfer policy in charge this window has done unbelievable. We've got so many good players coming in. Payet, Moses, Ogbonna, the list goes on and on, that I'm really, really looking forward to working those players in with the guys who've been here in the setup for a long time and think we can really make the best. So I'm really looking for a very, very high league finish this year. I think it's something that's achievable, and I really can't wait to get everything underway, to be honest. Next question. Yeah, go ahead.
Brian Bates from The Mirror here. How are you treating the pre-season tournament in terms of shaping your team for the season?
Well, Brian, I'm really looking forward to the tournament because I think it's a great way to decide who we want in the squad in terms of first team choices. I think players need to play their way into the starting lineup to the first 11. I think this is where they're going to be able to do it, as well as work out tactical things, formations we want to use, what works best for us. Because we've had formations we've seen work for this club in the past, but we have some changing personnel, and if we can always improve that, that's where we're going to look. So I think that's the two things in this tournament we want to do, is see what our best starting 11 is and really get our tactics under control. We'll take one more question. Go ahead.
Joey Tribbiani from the New York Times. Do you have any plans on looking at international management sometime in the future?
I think that's definitely something that every manager has on his or her radar. Really, just because it's great, especially if you're coaching your nation. That's phenomenal. So obviously, the American job would always be something that I'd be open to hearing about. Of course, with the World Cup 3 years from now, maybe that's where we'll be. Of course, Euros are coming up at the end of this season. That would be phenomenal to take part in. But my main focus right now is to show David Sullivan and David Gold that I am the man to lead West Ham United into the future, and that's what I want to focus on right now. I want to be West Ham United's manager and focus on that and nothing else. I think that's the big focus for me right now. So thanks. That's all the time we have for questions. Thanks so much, guys, for tuning in. And as always, come on, you Irons! So how are we doing, guys? Moose here, episode 2 of our West Ham United career mode FIFA 16. And that's actually the first FACECAM I've ever actually done for a West Ham video. So, hi, that's me, Moose. Awesome. Really excited about it. But this is what we're looking at. Obviously, you can see some of the player development, but we are going to be going into the European International Cup. You can see in our group we have Sampdoria, Eibar, and Atalanta. So a pair of Italian squads and a Spanish side. In our group, in Group B, you can see Stuttgart, Betis, Werder Bremen, and Hoffenheim. So a bunch of German sides actually in the same group. You'd think they'd want to mix it up, play somebody else, but FIFA logic. So that's who we have in the European International Cup. Like I said in the press conference, it's going to be big in terms of seeing just who we really can rely on in the first team and what's going to be our best starting 11 going into the season. But obviously we have Eibar first, then Atalanta, which we'll have in this episode, Sampdoria, and the remainder of the European International Cup in the next episode, and then Arsenal to open the season on the 9th of August. Really can't wait for that to get underway. It's going to be absolutely phenomenal. But from there, you can take a look at the player development. You can see Lanzini was trained actually in the first set of training sessions. We also worked with Reece Oxford twice. We also worked with Payet and Mikel Antonio. So some guys, let me know in the comments who you think I should be training. Who are the guys we really want to develop? Obviously, I think Oxford would be the first. I really want to train Payet up. I think Lanzini's really close to 77 overall, but who should we give those last 2 training spots to? Or should we focus on 1 or 2 guys for the entire week, give them 3 or 4 sessions? Let me know in the comments. So looking forward to that. But we do go into game against Eibar, smallest team in La Liga. So that's phenomenal. And look at those kids. They're absolutely beautiful. This is the lineup we're going with. I'll read it out because you can't see everybody. Payet in the cam position behind Diafra Sacco, Moses and Lanzini in the wide midfield positions. I played them a little bit further back. We'll see how they set up, see if they need to be moved forward a bit. Noble and Chiate in the holding midfield roles. Reed and Ogbonna partnering in central defense. Carl Jenkinson on the right-hand side. Cresswell in the left fullback position. Adrian in goal. So pretty similar to what I think the starting lineup would be as we head into the season. Maybe see Alex Song come into the team. Maybe a different striker, depending on how Sacco does. Of course, we have Carroll, who has a fantastic rating. He always plays well for me in FIFA, so that's another guy we could look to bring in. But obviously, the first match is at Signal Iduna Park, Borussia Dortmund's home ground, and we look to get underway with a bang. Payet plays in a corner. Diafra Sacco finds the ball, and West Ham United take a 1-0 lead in the 17th minute. It's a beautiful finish from Sacco. Payet plays the ball in, and they are linked up. This is what we want to see throughout the season. The goalkeeper comes to claim it, gets nowhere near the ball, and it's right into an empty goal for Sacco. It's one of the easiest goals he'll score as long as he wins the header. It's a wide open goal. Beautiful finish from Diafra, and he scores a beautiful, beautiful opening goal of the season for us. Payet then showing off his skills, lovely dribbling, beautiful skill moves. He should have scored. What a block from the Eibar defender there, but Payet showing the class he has. Another really good job. Does a dance here, plays into Lanzini, lays it off to Carl Jenkinson, the right back coming forward, strikes it, and Mediavilla makes a very good save. But Eibar not to be outdone. Really good passing here. Baston strikes it, but Adrian equal to the task with a fantastic save. Another good chance from Payet creating into Diafra Sacco. They've linked up so well. Payet runs through. He has to score. Mediavilla, oh my goodness! Dimitri Payet with an unbelievable chance, but Payet can't put the ball into the back and he just misses. That's a chance that once we get to the regular season, you want to see him finishing. Adrian, though, with a good save at the other end of the park, and then Lanzini creating very well, strikes it. It's a good save by Mediavilla. Chiate with a rebound and a double save from the Eibar keeper. Jorge has left the score still 1-0 in favor of West Ham, but Winston Reed creates a chance off of a corner. Noble back heels it to him. He strikes, and handballs work in FIFA this year again, because that is a handball, that's a penalty, and that's a Mark Noble goal. Great finish from the skipper. You know, not going to get too excited, but we want to see the team playing well, and this is a great start. Could mean the 4-2-3-1's working well for us, but I do think we need to push those wide midfielders a bit further forward. They weren't necessarily able to create as well, because I think we do have the pace with Lanzini, Payet, things like that, to do very well on the counterattack. So I think that's why we're going to need to push them a little bit further forward so they can have more opportunity to create havoc. But Zarate here in the 86th minute, he's come on for Sacco. Does very well, whips the ball into Mikel Antonio, and that's a great finish, a debut goal for him in this. Well, I mean, it's a friendly kind of, but it's also kind of a competitive fixture because we do win money for this if we do very well. But great finish, man. That's an unbelievable ball from Zarate. Great controlled, bit of way to keep the ball under his feet by Antonio, and it's a simple finish. Eibar do draw him back with a diving header from Enric. I don't know how this got in. You'd expect Collins to clear this. He doesn't come anywhere near the ball. It's a diving header into the back of the net past Adrian. But it really didn't matter at that point. It's 3-1, and that would be how the match would finish. Sacco, Noble, and Antonio with our 3 goals. And a dominant performance, we have to say. You can see the stats. Obviously, 11 shots to Eibar 7, 9 on target to their 5. They did hold a bit of possession, but that's really how it goes on on FIFA this year. The AI, bit of a tongue twister there. The CPU AI does a very good job at controlling the ball. So we want to get a little bit better at playing a bit more of a possession game, but we did very well on the counterattack. Man of the match for me was Adrian. Some very good saves. 2 man of the match points for Dimitri Payet and 1 for Mark Noble. But big news after this game, Diafra Sacco, you can see hyperextended his knee. He'll be out for 4 weeks. The only good about that is he's basically going to miss the rest of this tournament, but he's not going to miss any time in the actual season. He'll be ready for that Arsenal matchup. So unless anybody completely wows me in this tournament, he'll be back in the starting lineup for that Arsenal fixture. But up next, we do face Atalanta. Coming out with a bit of a different formation. We've really mixed up the team here. Carroll up top with Zarate. See if that partnership works well. I think it could be a bit of a yin and yang and work very well. Samuelson in behind them in the cam position. Obiang, Song, and Chiate throughout the midfield. James Collins and Reece Oxford, the youngster, in central defense. Tompkins at right back, because I think he would play well there as opposed to Oxford. Hendry, new left back on the left-hand side, and Randolph in goal. So we've really mixed up the team. Hopefully, it won't tell us too much, just because we want to see how the personnel plays, just how they look on the ball, things like that, and how they move defensively. We also want to see how this formation works, but it could come out differently with vastly different personnel. We do have our first change in the 20th minute, swung into Andy Carroll, and Sir Andrew, Lord of Carroll, makes his first mark on this career mode. What a finish. Zarate whips the ball in, and it's almost picture perfect deja vu to the Sacco goal from Payet, in that Zarate whips it in, finds the head of Andy Carroll, and it's a lovely finish. We know how good he is in the air. He is going to score a free header many times out of 10. 7, 8, 9, 10 out of 10, maybe we'll say. Let's give him that bit of confidence. Really good chance. Randolph, though, plays very well in his own right. We talked about how well Adrian did in the last game. That's a great save by Randolph. Zarate then coming forward. He takes on Bellini and scores in the 45th minute. What a finish from Mauro Zarate. You have to say, he showed unbelievable determination, and that's the kind of thing he was lacking last year at West Ham United, and really why he ended up getting loaned out was, he was too easy to get off the ball. Look how well he does there. He fights the defender off, keeps hold of the ball, and says, you know what, I'm just going to score here, do it all myself. That's fine, I don't care. Great finish from Zarate. Strikes across the ball and puts it right in the bottom corner. Fantastic goal, 2-0 to West Ham. But we do give away a penalty in the 66th minute. It's a tough call from the referee. I don't really like it. I thought the Ginger Pele, James Collins, got a bit unlucky there. He comes in, he does, maybe clips him, he does get the ball after, but I thought the Atalanta man did go down very easily. Of course, Alejandro Gomez will step up to strike it, and he does put away a fantastic penalty into the left side of the netting and gives Atalanta a bit of a lifeline. But Stephen Hendry looks to take it away as he gives the ball into Mikel Antonio. He is saved. Hendry on the rebound. Another double save by the keeper. We keep having to portend with these. Unbelievable defense from the Atalanta goalkeeper, but a really good chance. They've snapped the keeper. Randolph punches away. Elliot Lee, the 59 rated striker who's come on as a sub, tries to go from midfield with the goalkeeper so far away. He knows he could score it. Can it get in? No. Elliot Lee would have scored a heroic goal of the season if he'd have put it in. Unfortunately, he doesn't, and we will have to settle for a 2-1 victory. Man of the match for me was Andy Carroll. I thought he was fantastic, winning the ball in the air, really create a lot of chances. I had him playing as a target man. He did very well. 2 points for Zarate. I thought partnered very well with him, and 1 for Randolph, who had a very, very strong game in goal. But once again, we lose the possession battle, so it's something we need to work on. Let me know what you think our best 11 is, what you think we should be using formation-wise, and let me know what you thought of the press conference. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions you want to ask, I'll do for future press conferences and things of that nature. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in episode 3. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.
Like we always do with this time. I got to shine.